let's get on to the award that you guys have been anticipating.
This is the best one.
This is the one that everyone wants to know. This is the one that everyone's gonna watch. This is the YouTube video that everyone's watching. It is the MVP of the regular NBA season. So let's start. Who wants to go first with the MVP?
After you. Look, I'm gonna take that.
I think this is an easy pick for me. Look, we look at years ago. Let's go back to story time, right?
Yeah.
2015, right? The Golden State Warriors just came off of losing to the Los Angeles Clippers, and this year it's looking, we got new Steve Kerr, whatever. Steph Curry comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Look, they have a worse team now than they did then.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, I honestly feel like Steph Curry has never lost that MVP for him. He just hasn't had to use it, and now he definitely has to use it. I think just looking back at like how he's played with teams similar to this, I think it's a no-brainer that you go with him. Clay's out for the entire year. Dre's lost a step a little bit, and D'Angelo Russell, we'll see where he ends up fitting with the team. I still think D'Angelo Russell's a great player, but I mean, still, I feel like Steph. He will be. I think the Warriors will outperform expectations, and I think Steph will be the best player on the team. I think probably at least 30 points a game. I think definitely he's the MVP.
I mean, you painted me a picture just now. I mean, Steph Curry. I mean, I have so much love for this player. I think he's absolutely incredible. Literally game-changing. Single-handedly, helped change the NBA into the three-point analytic phase, as well as Murray. We cannot, discount that. But you look at Stephen Curry, and he was regarded as the golden child. He is the golden boy of the NBA. 2015, like you said, he came out of nowhere. And what do players say? They're angry at him. He came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, this guy, this 6'3" unathletic point guard comes out of nowhere and then starts taking all these awards and taking all these titles. And, now he had like a down year where they didn't win the title last year. But this is his time for redemption. Because know what happened when Kevin Durant joined? People forgot how good Steph Curry was. Because my biggest problem, and Steph Curry did the right move, but my biggest problem when people look at Steph Curry is not realizing that he deferred. He deferred to KD. He allowed KD to be the best player on the team. And whether or not you think KD is better than Steph Curry, I believe that Steph Curry has more of an impact on a 5-on-5 setting. Okay? I don't care who wins in a 1v1. I'm playing NBA basketball. Okay? And who could transform my entire offensive system? Stephen Curry. People, first of all, if we're talking narrative, people love Steph Curry. You look even the years with KD, he was at points still top 10 in MVP voted. I think people want him to win, and I think if you look at the offensive burden that he's going to have this season with Klay off, and D'Angelo Russell getting used to the system and everything like that, Draymond Green's not going to be the offensive superstar, obviously. So he's going to take on a lot of responsibility. Now, my one hope for this season for Steph Curry is that he doesn't defer too much. Yes. Because I'm hoping that he hasn't got used to deferring and not taking those shots. Because MVP Curry taking those shots, that's what led to a 73-win team. For as much as people like to think that the Warriors needed KD, they really did not. To be honest, KD elevated them to that greatest of all time conversation. There's no doubt about that. But they were more than fine as title contenders without him. Because that is Steph Curry, okay? Klay Thompson is a great player, but he would never be a number one option. They took the number one option in Steph Curry, number 2 option, Draymond, and convert that to the best regular season team of all time. Steph Curry is just amazing. I'm thinking 30%. His efficiency is ridiculous. Among the most efficient. You look at the efficiency ratings, it's like center, Steph Curry, center. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't even praise him enough. I don't want to take all the talking points. So I want to hear what your pick is.
So you got Steph Curry here, we got Steph Curry over there. What am I gonna be? So wait, before I give my pick, I'm gonna show you guys around what I'm thinking about right now.
Okay.
The way I'm thinking about this through. So I'm thinking about the best players in the NBA. The best player in the NBA. Let's say number 1, LeBron James. LeBron James, is he gonna be MVP in the regular season? I don't think so. I think it's because of 2 words: load management. Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Lakers are gonna make sure LeBron is fully rested to make a run in the postseason. LeBron James doesn't care about winning another MVP award.
No.
LeBron James wants the chip. He's chasing Michael Jordan. LeBron James isn't going to play every single game in the regular season, as he shouldn't. And the fact that even you hear all these news reporters, talking about how LeBron James in the first game against the Clippers was not around that much, they're acting like he's gone. No! It's a regular season game. It's one regular game in the regular season. Come on. Get your act together. Kawhi Leonard, same thing. Load management. I don't think they're going to play him as much. So now we go to the third best player, which is Steph Curry. And listen, I can't express enough how much I agree with you guys. Steph Curry is the MVP. Steph Curry doesn't have the luxury of what LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard have. They have tons of depth on their team. Steph Curry does not have that depth. Now, we look last year. Kevin Durant, Thanos, he's out of the Golden State equation. He's out of the league. You know, Kevin Durant was great because he was like a cheat code. The Golden State Warriors, they didn't have to run their offense. They didn't have to do like all the offensive plays that Steve Kerr wanted them to do because they can just throw the ball to Kevin Durant and let him do whatever he wants. Just ISO his way to buckets.
Yeah.
And now Kevin Durant's gone. And now even if you look past Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson's gone. Iguodala, Shawn Livingston, they're gone. Who do the Warriors have? You look at their second best player, Draymond Green. He's not a scorer. Maybe D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell might be the chance you have. But if you rest Steph Curry, game in, game out, I'm not sure if they're a playoff team if you take him out of the equation. They don't have that team, that personnel around him to allow him to, rest. Steph Curry, like you said before, I love what you said at your point about Kevin Durant, deferring to Kevin Durant. Because we really forgot about Steph Curry. Two-time MVP, one-time unanimous MVP, a scoring champion in 2015. Steph Curry is something special. He single-handedly revolutionized the game in the NBA with jump shooting. All these players, the players that play physicality, they like to hate on Steph Curry because he's always shooting. Michael Jordan saying he's not a Hall of Famer yet.
Come on.
Get your act together, Michael Jordan. Get your act together.
Oh man.
Steve Kerr is saying that the Golden State team lost their identity. But they really didn't because they still have their engine in Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a marksman. He is special. He is fantastic. He has limitless range. He's like the reason why they have limitless range, the badge in 2K, because it's all because of Steph Curry. Just like LeBron James is coast to coast.
Yeah.
The limitless range is Steph Curry. That's him. So obviously, Steph Curry, he's the best shooter I've ever seen with my own two eyes. Best shooter in NBA history, in my opinion. And he will remind people of the dominant force that he is for the Golden State Warriors. And that's why I agree with you guys. We're all going Steph Curry MVP this upcoming season.
Listen, let me ask one question. You guys know who Joaquin Phoenix is?
Yeah.
Is it the year of the Joker? Is Nikola Jokic in this conversation? I think he's. I'm not saying he's not my pick. I want to let that be known. I don't think he's gonna win it, but I think he's in it. If the Nuggets perform well, he's the best player. Yeah.
See, there's so many reasons that you would think that.
Right.
There is. He is the best passing center. There's so many reasons. Nuggets, a lot of people are putting first or second seed, so stats come up to the play. And the thing I hate about the MVP award is what is it? Is it the most valuable? How far you take your team? Is it the best player on the best team? What is the MVP award? And it changes year to year. But I do think that as much as I love the Joker, he would never have enough points for them to look at him seriously.
I agree with you.
And that's my biggest thing. Like he defers and does so much, but you look at the assist numbers and they're great. But you look at the hockey assist numbers and they're even greater. Yeah. But people don't care about that. And I love the Joker. I think he's up there. But for all the points you talk about Steph Curry, I couldn't do it. Yeah. And Curry. People forget. People will sleep.
Yeah.
30 points on 50, 40, 90.
Yes. That guy.
That is unprecedented. That has actually never been done before. That's the highest points per game for a 50, 40, 90 season of all time. Yeah. I can't even stress enough. And like you were saying, I like to the point you're talking about the system. The system's still there because what happened when KD went out against the Blazers? They got swept 4-0. The Warriors swept the Blazers 4-0. And the Blazers, yes, they were missing Nurkic, but they were not a bad team at any point. That should have gone to 6 games or maybe even 7. But they swept them in 4 games. And I think once you have a whole year to build that system back up, I think it's coming back.
I want to say with Nikola Jokic, he's a phenomenal center, an all-star. And it's sad because it's sort of like Defensive Player of the Year awards with, guards. You don't really see MVPs that are centers anymore. And with Nikola Jokic, my criteria for MVP is one attribute you need to have is you have to be able to take over a game in the big clutch moments. Right. And you've got to be a top-tier superstar. Nikola Jokic, I'm not sure if he has that top-tier caliber player to him that someone like Curry or LeBron, that take-over mentality, that Mamba mentality almost. And when I think about Steph Curry, he definitely does have that. Remember the game, against the Houston Rockets a couple months ago in the playoffs? Oh, yeah. And he was the first half he wasn't doing so well, But the thing with Steph Curry is he's a volcano waiting to erupt because when he's going, he is shooting and it's all going in. The basket is wide open for him. And I mean, even this preseason, Steph Curry, we've seen it so far, averaging 42 points in the preseason. There's something to be said for that. That just shows how hungry he is. Steph Curry is hungry. He's motivated by critics. He's motivated by Michael Jordan saying, you're not good anymore. He's motivated by Steve Kerr saying they've lost their identity. He's motivated because people are talking about the Clippers and the Lakers and the Bucks and all these other teams.
Yes.
Don't sleep on the Golden State Warriors. Do not sleep on the engine of this team, Stephen Curry. One other thing I like to mention is, what I love about Stephen Curry is, look, it's not all about him. Like you said with Kevin Durant. He allows other players to flourish. And that's why I love him with D'Angelo Russell. He's going to allow D'Angelo Russell to thrive. He plays within the system. He doesn't force anything. And because of that, Steph Curry is my MVP this upcoming season.
I think if you look at how much you make teammates better, I think Curry is literally on par with LeBron. For how much he improves the efficiency of his teammates and how much he opens the floor, he creates the offense for players who would not be able to get buckets otherwise. And one point that almost seems not basketball related, but if you think about it, it'll help for the MVP voting. I can't think of a more fun player to watch than MVP Steph Curry. He is box office Hollywood. He should be playing in LA because he is Hollywood. Okay, because the plays that he does is absolutely ridiculous. The shots that he hits. When I look at Steph Curry, I have hope. Because I look at LeBron and I can never dunk like that. But Steph Curry, maybe if I practice enough, I can throw it up like that, and maybe one day I'll go in like him. But the thing about Steph Curry is when he's on fire, there's nothing you can do. Steph Curry, as described by his teammates, I think Andrew Iguodala is a psychopath. He revels in the teammate and the other team having despair and having no hope. Because what are you gonna do? LeBron, maybe you foul him. What are you gonna do when Curry's 40 feet away and throwing up threes? I think he's one of the most fun players to watch. I think he's probably the most fun player to watch in the entire league. And I think people fell in love with that for the first 2 MVPs and for his third, which is going to happen this season.
I agree. I have nothing else to add,
Yeah, so we all agree. And this is the one segment, obviously the most important segment that we all agree. There's consensus amongst all of us. It's going to be Steph Curry. He's going to be the MVP this upcoming season.